Is using a gun wall like this one from Hold Up Displays asking someone to steal my guns? I mean, if you need a place to store your guns, you're supposed to get a gun safe, right? Now, I'm not here to attack gun safes. Well, maybe a little. But I do want to address the number one concern that I've received about using a gun wall to store my guns. Namely, that it isn't safe. Open advertisement invites home invasion and armed robbery. Or so one viewer commented on one of my videos. He then went on to say that discretion is the first tenet, coupled with firearm safety. Now let me make two foundational statements here. Number one, I believe in concealed carry and dressing in such a way so that you're not announcing to everyone, hey, I'm the guy with the gun. And number two, I believe in giving guns the respect that they deserve as tools capable of and designed for acts of violence. Discretion, check. Safety, check. With that stated, let's talk about gun wall safety, protection against robbery. I did my best to research whether or not it's true that open advertisement invites armed robbery. Or in other words, are burglars deterred by knowing that you have guns in the house, or will they specifically target you for your guns? There's a lot of information on both sides of the argument, a lot of opinions, and unfortunately, very little data. I personally can go either way on this debate, but I think if this is what you're focusing on the wrong thing. What makes you think having your guns openly displayed on the wall like this is inviting someone to come in and rob you? And what makes you think having your guns locked up in a gun safe where everyone knows guns are stored is going to deter someone from robbing you? So instead, I want to give you 3 questions that you should be asking to help you prioritize protecting against armed robbery, whether you have a gun safe or a gun wall. Number 1. Where in your house is your gun room located, and can people see into it from outside? This room, for example, is on the 2nd story of my house, up a flight of creaky steps, past the open master bedroom door, and past security cameras. I have blackout curtains closing the windows off at night, and during the day I have checked and you cannot see in whatsoever. I'm not advertising anything. Number 2. Where do you live in general? Do you live just outside of Chicago where guns are barely legal and there's a huge black market? Or do you live, like me, in rural Virginia where people only started locking their doors after 2020? Yes, break-ins can happen anywhere, but we need to apply common sense. Like the 4 rules of gun safety, these are principles that you should understand and apply with wisdom, not simply memorize and blindly follow without thought. Thirdly, and by far the most important question to ask yourself, how fortified is your home? If someone has already broken into my house to steal my guns, I have failed as a protector. My concern is whether or not someone can break into my home and harm or threaten my family. My home is my gun safe, where everything inside is in my charge and needs to be secured. Having a gun won't keep you safe if you aren't trained with it and if your house isn't secure. In the same way, simply having a gun safe with all of your guns inside will not keep your guns safe. My guns up on this wall are every bit as secure within my house as yours are tucked away and locked away in your safe.